All right. All right, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. In this episode, we want to solve a simple question in vectors or in mechanics. So in the diagram below, P, Q, R are vectors. Which of the following options give correct relationship between them? Okay, so this is the diagram, and these are the options. A, P is equal to Q plus R. B, P is equal to Q minus R. C, P is equal to Q. C is equal to R minus Q. And D, P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Before we answer this, let's look at what we learned in school. This is vector addition, or yes, triangle law of vector addition. So this is what we study in school, triangle law of vector addition. What does the triangle law of vector addition says? It says that when three forces are acting on a body and they can be represented as the vertices of a triangle, then their vector sum is this. So vector A moving from A to C is equal to moving from A to B and B toward C. This is something like trying to be like Pythagoras theorem. So to find the resultant vector, or to find the resultant vector, you move from A to C. Then when you are using letters, the best option is the examiner will find out if you know A, B, C, D. That's all. If you know A, B, C, D. Because when we come to vector like this, they will use the letters appropriately. So you just need to know. So the law says that to find the resultant, you take A and the last letter, that is C. So vector AC, you see you are moving from A to C. Vector AC is equal to moving from A to B and moving from B to C. So that is it. So if vector AC is A and AB is B and BC is C, then AC can be equal to A, which is equal to AB plus BC. So this is under the triangle law of vector addition. So with this particular thing you have studied now you can solve your problem. And also in the vector addition, before you can add a vector, the ending of one vector should be the beginning of what? Another vector. The ending of one vector should be the beginning of another vector. So let's see, we have AC is equal to AB plus BC. So if you want to equate all to 0, then we'll have AC, all this when they cross the equal to sign will become negative. So that will be AB minus BC is equal to what? 0. Then we can now say that vector AC is equal minus AB plus BC. So we can do it like this, is equal to what? 0. This is under the triangle law of vector addition. Now that you have understood this, then now you can come here and say, so vector Q is ending here and vector R is beginning. So if that happens, it means Q plus R. Vector Q is ending here and vector R is beginning. So in that case, it means this and this are addable. We can add them. They are additive. This and this are what? Additive. P is facing R. P is facing R. Case we have to what? Subtract them. So we can now have Q plus R minus P is equal to 0. So this is an option. If this is not there, then this one is an option. Vector Q plus R minus P is equal to all this. So looking at the options provided, we can say that The answer is what? A. The answer is A. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and share. Hello viewers, let's solve some questions under the triangle law. So let's read the question together. If vector PQ is equal to minus I plus 3j and vector RQ is minus 5I minus 8j, you have to find vector PR. You say, oh, examiner, this is simple because it's under the auspices of triangle law of vector addition. So you draw the diagram. So for you to move from P to R, you can move from P to Q and Q to R. And that is what triangle law of vector addition. And how do you rewrite that? We write that move from the resultant vector is PR. Resultant vector PR is equal to PQ plus QR. The ending of one vector should be the beginning of another vector before you can add the vector. If not so, then you have to do other operations. But now, if you look at it in the problem, we were given RQ, but here we need what? QR. So in this case, if you reverse the vector, the sign changes. So when you reverse it, so QR is equal to minus RQ. So RQ given there, we have to negate it to get what? QR. So as we've done that, we can now substitute that into the formula. So as you substitute that, we get our vector PR to be 4I plus 11j. I hope now you understand this. So if you understand, then try this and leave your answer in the comment section. If vector XY is minus 2I plus 5j and vector ZY is equal to 3I plus 2j, find vector SZ. In this vector problem, you just need to know ABCD. You just need to know alphabet, the arrangement of what the alphabet. Then the next question, if vector PQ is 3, 5 and vector RQ is minus 4, minus 1, minus 4, you have to find vector PR. Thank you very much for watching. Solve this and leave your answer in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, and share. Thank you.